Hi, my name's Anna Pendrich, and this is the second part of the demonstration about how to subscribe to things using WebSphere Service Registry and Repository. In this section of the demonstration, we're going to look at what you do in the Service Registry dashboard to create a subscription. In the previous demonstration, I showed you how you set up subscriptions in the web UI. Specifically of interest to this one, I showed you how to create templates for different for users in different roles. So the roles that we're interested in now are the business role, where we set up a template that contained fairly minimal information, and also a super user role where that user had to be in all of the roles, and they got more detailed information about the thing that they were subscribed to. The first thing I'm going to do is log in as Ben, and Ben is business user. So here I am logged on as Ben. Ben wants to know about a particular business service, so I'll go and find that. Account eligibility is the one that Ben's interested in, so we'll click on that to get to the details. We've now gone to the Browse page, and in the Detail widget you can see the details of account eligibility. I want to subscribe to it, so if I go to the Action menu and select the Subscribe option, I'll be able to enter the details that I want to subscribe to. So now I can enter the details for the subscription that I want to create. The first thing to do is the email that I want the subscriptions to go to. So I'm going to enter my email, which means anything that adheres to the subscription will go to me. Next, I can select the language that I'd like to receive the email in. So I can select various different languages. I'm going to stick with English. The rest of the panel are about the things that I'm going to receive the emails about. The first one here is Notify Me if updated. I'm going to check this one. This is going to tell me if anything's changed about this business service. For example, if someone updates the description or adds a property, then I will get notified about that. The next thing is Notify Me if deleted. Unsurprisingly, I'll get an email if this business service gets deleted if I select that one. The rest of this is about lifecycle transitions. So I can subscribe to any particular transition that's listed in this table here, and I'll receive a notification if the object goes through that transition. These transitions are relevant to the type of object that you have selected. So these ones are relevant to a business service. If I had a different type of object, for example, a document of understanding, then I would see a different set of transitions that I could subscribe to. So once I'm happy with what I'm going to subscribe to, I just click Finish. And I get a little message to say that the subscription has been created. So I click OK, and my subscription's been made. If I go back and look at the Action menu again, I can see that the Subscribe option's now been updated to Manage Subscriptions because I have a subscription for this object. If I go in here, I could edit the subscription that I've made, which will take me back to the previous dialog we were looking at, so I could change my email address or change the options that I had selected. So maybe I want to be told about it being deleted instead of it being updated. I can also unsubscribe. If I don't want to receive these emails anymore about this particular object, I can click unsubscribe and get rid of it. The other thing I can do is create an additional subscription. Perhaps I want to subscribe someone else to this the service as well. Then I can just do that here. So this menu is always going to be relevant to the particular object that I have selected in my detail view. If at any point what I really want to see is all of the things that I'm subscribed to, then I can go to the Overview page and have a look in the Actions widget, and I'll see there's a Manage Subscriptions option here. These are available in the pre-configured views that we send with Wizard, or you can add them separately. I'll show you how later. So if I click Manage Subscriptions, I can see a list of all of the subscriptions that I have as Ben, the business user here. I've only got one, the one I've just created. I can do the same things that I could do before. I could edit this one, or I could delete the subscription if I don't want it anymore. Now I'm going to log in as a different user. So this uses all, and they have access to all of the roles. As this user, I'm going to go and subscribe to a service level agreement. So again, I do the same thing. I go to the Action widget, and I click the Subscribe option. Here it's a very similar looking dialog, except you can see that the transitions are different because I've got a different type of object here. So I need to enter my email address. Incidentally, if I'd created another subscription as the Ben user, then this email would have been pre-populated for me with the last one that I'd used in a subscription. But this is a different user who hasn't created any subscriptions before, so I need to start with an email address. And I'm going to ask to be notified if this SLA is ever deactivated. So that's it. Again, you can see that I can go into Manage Subscriptions, and we can see my subscription here. So let's see if that worked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deactivate the SLA, and we'll see if I get an email about it. So I'll head over to the email and check and see what I got. So as you can see, I've received an email. Go and have a look at that. So here you can see that it's recognised that I'm a super user and has given me various information about what's just happened. It's been a transition event, so that went through a lifecycle transition to the deactivated state. And here's some information about this object. So if I go back, we will go and edit the object that Ben was interested in, which is this business service. So Ben was interested in any changes. So if I update, for example, this email address, Ben should get an email. That's all done. Go and see if I got an email. Just refresh the inbox. So you can see I've got a new email here, which is about an update event. I'll go and have a look at that one. So here's the email. You can see it's much simpler looking than the previous email that I received because this one was about Ben. So it's just got the personalised greeting and then a little bit of information about the object that has changed. So I think there's only one other thing that I would like to show you, and that's how you can set up these things within your dashboard. So as a user that has edit access to the dashboard, you can go and allow users to subscribe to things, and how you would do that is you would edit the page and then go to the detail widget and select edit settings. From within here you can select the type of object that you want to change the settings for. So here we are on this business service, and you'll see that there's a subscriptions tab. If you click on that one, it will give you information about what you can subscribe to. So here you can say whether or not you want to let users subscribe to this thing at all. So if I uncheck this, it won't appear in the action menu. With just this checked, you'll be able to subscribe to updates and deletes. If you also want users to subscribe to a transition, then you check this one and choose which transitions that you're interested in letting users subscribe to. So it's fully configurable, and you can do that for any object that you're interested in. Finally, I'll go and show you how we add this thing to the action widget here to search, so that you can see all of the subscriptions that the user has. So here you can see I don't have that action. So if I edit the page again, and then I go into edit settings for my actions widget. If I scroll down, and I can create a new action. I'm going to call this one Manage Subscriptions. Just select an action type, and we'll select the Manage Subscriptions one, which is a predefined action. So now I can see it's been added to the list, and by default it will be visible. So if I just save and close, you can see that it's now appeared here. There's also a message telling me that if I want to make that permanent, I'm going to have to click the finish button. And now it's done. So if I click here, I can see all of the subscriptions that I have for this user. You'll see there's only one here because this user only has one subscription, and it's the SLA one. I can't see Ben's subscriptions from here because they're for a different user. So that concludes everything that I wanted to show you about subscribing to objects in the Service Registry dashboard. I hope you found it useful, and yeah, good luck. Have fun subscribing.